Welcome back to Trading Rolly, live, unedited, recorded, and uploaded later. Technical analysis. Guys, the story of the day is XRP. I even did the video yesterday, XRP versus SEC. We talked about in the headlines section, but I forgot to even look at the chart. So I have to, we have to go over that together. Let's look at the technicals. There's a lot of capitulation happening, a lot of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So we'll look at all of it, guys. We'll do an altcoin report. The altcoins are dropping harder than Bitcoin. A brief Bitcoin technical analysis, just because Bitcoin runs the show. We'll see, is Bitcoin in danger too? Right now, Bitcoin's holding up a lot better. So definitely focus will be XRP, but we'll take a look at some of the other altcoins that have dipped because this lawsuit affects a lot of cryptos. Only Bitcoin and Ethereum have been deemed not a security. Only those two. So if you have a lawsuit from the SEC on XRP about a security, there's a lot of other coins that they could be coming for too. So guys, a lot to look at. I got the red hoodie on. It's a bloody day in the crypto market. And also great news. Hey, I do have some good news. I passed my FINRA exam. It's a SIE exam. It's a security security industry essentials exam. All right, so I can put that on my resume, and I'll start applying to some trading firms, investment banks, crypto, whatever. We'll see. 2021 will be a new chapter for me. And I hope everyone's having a great holidays. Hit that like, leave a comment, subscribe, tick that bell for notifications. I've been seeing a lot more activity, so thank you guys. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Don't want to waste too much time. Oh boy. All right, let's look at the overall market real quick. All right, Bitcoin down 2% in 24 hours. Ethereum 8%. Tether in the green because people are moving to Tether. XRP a whopping 40% in the 24 hours, 53% in 7 days. Litecoin 10%, Bitcoin Cash 14%, 7% for BNB, Polkadot 8%. Let's see what the worst ones of the day are though, besides XRP, I'm sure. Okay, the graph, of course, 24% down to 40 cents. All right, so that hype, it moved quick, it moved fast. Time will tell if the graph will be a long-term player, okay? So that's why, when you get these opportunities, even with XRP on that run-up, that rally went all the way to 80 cents right before the airdrop, you have to take profits in those moments. Take 50% profit, take your basis out. So everything, left is just free money, all profits. And then you have nothing to worry about, all right? Elrond, OMG down. Ontology, Stellar's little brother to XRP. So that makes sense. EOS is down. Okay, so before I forget, EOS had a lawsuit with the SEC. SEC filed a lawsuit against EOS last year. They ended up paying a fine and everything's good. I mean, EOS hasn't performed that great. This year it has not performed that great, but it wasn't like delisted from all the exchanges. It didn't go to zero. So we have to keep that in mind with XRP. I think there's a lot of panic. We'll see. We'll continue to dive into this subject. Crypto Fear and Greed Index did just get updated less than an hour ago, 30 minutes ago actually. We do have a brand new daily candle. We can look at 86, a little bit of a dip, but nothing crazy. The altcoin season, not yet, my friends, not yet. It was like a 20 yesterday, down to a 16 towards the Bitcoin side, okay? So you can see the altcoin season, Bitcoin season, and taking a dip. Bitcoin is holding more value on this sell-off, and Bitcoin's dominance is rising, okay? Moving on. All right, so FUD all day on crypto Twitter. Follow me at Trading Rolling. People talking about Coinbase is going to delist it, and all these exchanges are about to delist XRP. I don't know. I haven't done too much research. I don't have my life savings tied into XRP. I have like 30 different altcoins. I have 40 different equity positions and common stock, ETFs. I'm very well diversified, so I'm not sweating over XRP. XRP could go to zero, and I'm still doing well because I have money spread across. Now, if you're all in on XRP, yeah, I would, be concerned. But let's slow down. And remember, the saying is, be greedy when those are fearful, and be fearful when those are greedy. This is a little different with XRP because it's a regulation. It's not just the price, and if there's extreme consequences that come from this, then it may not recover. So you do have to understand, if you're dumpster diving, buying the mega dump dip, understand there is risk with that. So I think I forgot at the beginning, this is not financial advice. Do your own research, trade at your own risk. I am not your financial advisor. I know I'm testing to be one, but I am not yours, okay? Oh man, I can't wait to celebrate. I wanted to do this video and then I'm going to enjoy myself, all right? So, but we have Simple X. It's an exchange I have never ever heard of, but they are blocking XRP transactions. Could this be a ripple effect? No pun intended. With the other exchanges, I mean, yeah, the FUD is real. People are scared. I'll go into some more details later. Let's keep it moving. Are XRP whales dumping their coins? All right, let's look. This is going to be the whales. Actually, sorry. This is not the whales. I believe that's the retail, and these are the whales. But simply put, if you read the article, and guys, I read about 5 sentences out of the article. None of these articles is going to really change my opinion drastically. That's why I skim through this stuff. I prefer to chart, but you have to be aware of things that are going to be like a massive black swan event. You do need to be aware of the news as well, okay? But I take them with a grain of salt. I digress. The whales have been selling since the beginning of the lawsuit, is basically the conclusion of this article. The whales with large accounts have sold off during the announcement. However, the small XRP addresses haven't skipped a beat, as they say. Typically, you would want to follow large, big money, smart money, institutional money. You don't want to follow retail money. So if the institutions are dumping, that does have some weight, because I would prefer to follow them. I'm just a small minnow over here in a big ocean of whales, so I'm trying to catch a wave, right? However, at the same time, if I had lots of XRP, I'm talking about millions and millions, and I knew that we were going to lose 50% of the value, and we had just run up from 25 cents to 80 cents, and we were chilling at 60 cents, and it's about to drop because people are freaking out. Yeah, I would take profit too. Hello? That's why I'm wondering what Michael Saylor's going to do. If Bitcoin dumps, is Michael Saylor just going to be like, nope, not selling, not maybe. That guy loves Bitcoin. But I would be, you know what I mean? If I had a lot of money and I had, billions and I just made 200 million, how could you not skim and take profits along the way? So yeah, if I had a large XRP account, I would also sold, and then I probably would have bought back at these lower levels, all right? And I did buy on this dump, little bit, just to play. Finally, SEC Chairman Clayton is done. right before the lawsuit. Clayton, hasn't been the best friend of Bitcoin, but he's the guy who said Bitcoin, Ethereum, they are not securities. So we'll have to see what the new administration coming in says about crypto and what they say about Ripple. But guys, at the end of the day, as I said yesterday, I think B. Garlinghouse had a good point, CEO of Ripple. XRP is not Ripple, okay? Ripple has private share owners. That has nothing to do with XRP. XRP is the currency that they developed, okay? Yes, they have been dumping. Yes, they own a majority of the XRP. Yes, that can be shady. But XRP and Ripple, they are separate, okay? XRP can exist without Ripple. XRP, they say also 90% of the transactions are outside of the United States. And not one country has said that XRP is a security. Japan, they seem to love XRP. And XRP has been on the market for 8 years. Why now? Maybe they get a big fine. These guys can pay the fine and keep moving. Okay? I think, end of the day, excuse me one second. XRP recovers. If it doesn't, that's very unfortunate. But I think it will recover. So you could be getting a great value if you're willing to buy in at a risky position. Okay? You just have to weigh. It's got to be money you're willing to lose. All right? It's not a bond with guaranteed fixed income semi-annually. No, it's something that could tank. Or if you buy here and it goes to $1, that's 4x from 25 cents. All right? Let's move on. 12 minutes. I do want to note at the end of the day, even the stock market dumped off a bit. But there was nothing drastic in the news. I looked at CNBC. I was in my test, actually, and as soon as I got out of the test for the exam, I saw all the red in crypto. And then I looked at my stock portfolio, and it had just dumped at the end of the day, too. There was nothing like in the news, per se. I could look a little deeper into that. Maybe just some uncertainty with Trump saying that, hey, $600 is not enough. I want $2,000, which, I mean, if they grant that $2,000 stimulus, that's even better news, and that can be great for the markets. But what if they deny it, and then at that point we're still uncertain and still have zero relief? The relief bill cannot be finalized until Trump signs. So we're still uncertain. So maybe that's it. The UK strain, like all markets sold. It happened to be XRP has all this, FUD around it, but all markets sold right there at the same time. So you could be getting a good opportunity to buy a dip, all right? Fear and greed index on the stock market is at a 57. You're not even that greedy in the stock market. So if you're worried that the stock market is going to take everything down, which it could, like in March, if it's like a macro global thing that's like happening right now, it could, but we're not greedy in the stock market. And honestly, the fact that people are still not greedy means that maybe the S&P, NASDAQ is just going to continue higher. I think it is. And if we do dip, I'm just going to buy the dips, especially in stocks I trust, okay? And especially in crypto I trust. The graph, I don't trust it. Bitcoin, Ethereum, I trust. XRP, I'm willing to put a little risk on. It's the number three market cap for the last 2 to 3 years, okay? It's not like a number 30 coin that's getting a lawsuit hit, okay? Let's look at the charts. Hit that like for me. Please, please, please. We need some Christmas likes. Not lights, likes with a K. I just put up the Christmas lights on my balcony for my wife. All right. So we're at 26 on the XRP chart. I did add a little to my XRP long holds. We ran up so fast right here. I took out every initial investment and I was still in profit. And then I bought back in here. We went higher, dumped. I bought back in a little at 36 and I've bought back here. Between all of that, worst case scenario, I lose some of the profit, lose a good deal of the profit I had taken. But it's all like play money. So that's why I encourage you, yes, have a long-term perspective. But when you go 200%, 300%, take some profits. And you'll be happy in situations like this because you can buy back in lower. And then repeat. What if we just go back here? Then I just repeat the whole thing over again, okay? So XRP chart is definitely of interest. But real quick, let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin runs the show. In this sideways consolidation, this is a 1 hour chart. You can see it pretty well there. But the 4 hour is giving you more conclusive levels. We talked about this level at 24,000. Bitcoin eventually will need a 4 hour close. You can see the candles wicked above but never closed above that level. So for the bulls to continue a rally, that's going to have to happen. Otherwise, you have this horizontal right here on 22,300. Let's see if I could slide this up here. I mean, if you slide this up here, you can see that price hasn't closed. So the wicks were coming down to 22,300, but we haven't got a close below 22,520. So maybe a close below this level on a 4 hour would give you that signal that we have lost the sideways consolidation. Right now, you're still here. Your 4 hour is crossed down. Your RSI is trending down in the neutral zone, possibly about to dip down into the bearish zone. And your lower high. Okay, let's see what it looks like on the daily. On the daily, you wouldn't be able to see a lower high there. It's sort of. Technically, with that wick, okay? If you wanted to use wick downtrend resistance, we'll just leave that like that, okay? But right now in this consolidation, now, if this is kind of like a weird looking head and shoulders, I'm just noticing like, left shoulder, you can see how it goes left shoulder, head, right shoulder. If this is one of those and you get a 4 hour close below that close low around 22,520, the first measured move is going to be your top to bottom on the head, and you can take that there. That will take you to 21,000, and then the next would be the full move up. So then it would be a full retrace back to 19,500, previous resistance, flip support. Okay, but for now, you can't call head and shoulders until they confirm. And if it gets to close below and dips, and say it comes back here, gets rejected by the previous support, flipped resistance, and comes back down, that's definitely a confirmation. So Bitcoin, 4 hour cross down. Let's look at the daily cross down. It's high, bearish divergence. Bitcoin could get a little bit of a pullback here. Also, if we see the stocks pulling back, this is maybe a macro systematic market, all market event. Remember, I wanted to say this too, tax season. People are closing out, especially in stocks, but also with crypto this year. Everyone in crypto in the United States knows that it's going to be one of the first questions asked by the IRS in April. did you or did you not own, buy, sell, or any transactions with cryptocurrency? So people are doing their crypto taxes, people are doing their stock market taxes, and they're closing out profits by end of year. People are even harvesting losses for tax purposes end of year, to wrap it up. I know actually, I won't go into my own finances, but this is something that's common. Okay, so we do have to keep that in mind. That's why usually, you have these nice rallies into Christmas, and then right after Christmas, you might have some selling, and then tax season in the spring, around March, you might see a sell off as well, because maybe you do your taxes and all of a sudden you realize you owe a lot of money. And then you have to sell some of your portfolio to make up that taxes owed if you didn't have it already in cash in the bank account. So there's going to be a wave of selling because of the taxes. And that's going to go for crypto probably this year too. So does Bitcoin come back down after a beautiful weekly run up and then drag all of the altcoins with it? Look at that run up. Our Stoke on the weeklies high hasn't confirmed a cross down yet either. Looking at the Bitcoin dominance, we were looking at a possible resistance level here, but blasted right through that. And now you came up and tagged this level. Okay, so you've come up and reached, this is this level here, seems to be an important level. So maybe it bounces from here, but Bitcoin dominance rising because as Bitcoin was pumping, it was outperforming altcoins. And then when everything started selling, the altcoins sold harder than Bitcoin, so the dominance still rising. Your Stoke is high on the daily. Your RSI is high on the daily. We're still waiting for that to turn around. We'll have to see how that will play out. If it continues to dump, you could see Bitcoin dominance rise even higher. But that's a pretty steep rise there, so should get some relief soon. All right. That's the Bitcoin dominance. Let's look at XRP's chart. It's already been 22 minutes. It's mostly an XRP video. We'll do XRP and just a few of the majors on the altcoins, okay? But if you zoom out and you've been watching this channel, 80 cents was a target we had. 50 cents using that peak was a level that I wish price would have stayed above. And I feel like we would have had there not been this lawsuit, FUD, and people really panicking. And guys, you have to understand, well, I was going to make a comment that a lot of new retail people are actually interested in XRP, and that they would be the people definitely panicking right now. CNBC, they've been putting BTC charts, Ethereum charts, and Ripple charts. And if you're new to Coinbase, PayPal, XRP's not even on PayPal. Anyways, I know retail likes XRP, and we've seen that XRP small accounts did not dump. This is interesting. I'm just a guy on the internet putting out my opinions. This is something that, we can together think about. Sometimes you got to try to understand the psychology of the traders. And it's interesting. You would think the retail people would be the people really freaked out. But the retail addresses maintained. It was the large whales that dumped. So the whales have taken advantage of the FUD, which is like them. The whales, they can manipulate the market. So the whales, they bought all in here. Whales all in here accumulated. They sold all in here, dumped it real hard, and they will probably accumulate down in here again. All right. So macro, we also wanted to see 30 cents hold. 30 cents was the level you wanted to see hold. We dipped below it, finding some support in this previous price range. You can see, when you have an event like this, though, you can overshoot your support levels, the same as we did with the Black Swan event. There was no reason Bitcoin should have gone down below 4,000 back in March, but the BitMEX liquidation engine, maybe we would have bounced at 6K, but all those longs being liquidated just kept it going. They had to pull the plug on BitMEX to keep us from going to zero. Sheesh. All right, so that wick is a new low, but this is kind of like that Bitcoin flash crash. You can see that, the weekly kind of threw off, threw off the moving average. We never had dipped below the moving averages until this right here, and then it ended up bouncing basically from that exact range. So it could be like just an overshoot, capitulation, panic. Let's see if we can build support around 25, 26 cents and go higher. We're going to turn this green. It's a support box. So we don't have to go into all the moving averages with this. I mean, some of the TAs being thrown out the window, there's no way you would have known that would have happened based off the technicals alone. This is definitely a fundamental driven event here. All right, so let's move on real quick. It's 26 minutes. Cool. Let's take a look at Ethereum, see how Ethereum's holding up after this dump. Still got a support, a little rising support if you want to use your wicks, I suppose. But more importantly, you're seeing higher lows, low, higher low, higher low, and you're still seeing higher highs. Typically, a rising channel, rising wedge, they do break down, but not Bitcoin bull market rallies. Bull market rallies with Bitcoins, I mean, you'll see a rising wedge, rising channel just blast up. I mean, it's just so powerful, pushing and pushing. So who knows? But I would say more importantly, besides this channel thing, is the lower or these lows, higher lows. So you want to keep that higher low structure on Ethereum. What is this, a daily chart? All right, so let's look at the daily moving averages. Bouncing off of your blue 50 simple. So I would like to stay above 550, 548 on Ethereum daily for sure. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly still above your pink 10 simple, still above your yellow 21 EMA. So it could have a pullback here, stay above the 10 simple, bounce off it as support. That's at 524. Yellow 21 EMA held nice support there. Same with Bitcoin. This level's at 460. After being at 600, 640, do you want to go all the way to 460? I mean, that's a pretty big sell-off. I mean, 640 to here, that is a 28%. But for me, that's a buying opportunity on Ethereum if you went that low. All right. But maybe we are seeing a change of trend in the short term. But short term, macro, you're in an uptrend. So dips are to be bought. When you're in a macro downtrend, do not buy the dips. Like if you're on the weekly below the yellow 21 EMA, below your moving averages, below this pink 10 simple, do not buy the dips because it's just going to dip lower and lower. You want to be in an uptrend buying the dips. Okay? Litecoin above all moving averages as well. Looking at the daily, bouncing off the yellow 21 EMA at 95. If it visits the blue 50 simple like Ethereum, support around $81. Cardano, dipping below the 50 simple, getting a little more bearish. The majors have been outperforming recently. The majors are holding up better. For one, the majors, Ethereum and possibly Litecoin hasn't been given the green light as far as not a security, but possibly, it's the most like Bitcoin. Maybe people aren't as worried with that one. But Cardano, if XRP is in trouble, why would Cardano not be? I don't know, guys. I don't know everything about every coin. That's why I look at the technicals, and I do watch other videos about fundamentals sometimes. Okay, Stellar getting beaten up because it's XRP's little brother, but still like higher highs, higher lows for now. For now, Link, this dip ugly, but look at it, nice bounce. Got to stay above your daily 200 EMA, 200 simple around $10.50. I would much prefer Link to stay above 1050. Below that is just something that we haven't seen in a while. I mean, the last time we saw it was back here because of the Black Swan event. Otherwise, since way back here, you did dip here and it wasn't the end of the world. So just because you did dip below, but Link does not spend much time below that level on the daily. Not much at all. So you don't want to see that. Band, down to 5. It needed to break that 750. Just never ever happened. I would be fearful of some of these lower cap altcoins. You're looking at lower low or lower highs. If you put in a lower low, you have a downtrend on this daily macro, lower highs, lower lows. That's why, it seems like when altcoins are just pumping because of hype and not because of actual value, and they go fast, take your profits when you can, because when things settle down, the coins that just aren't worth nada, they may never ever recover. A lot of them will recover, but that's where the real recognize real. That's where the winners separate themselves from all the rest of the shit coins. 2018, a lot of coins never recovered from that bear market. And I've said this in previous videos that if we have a continuous bull market, then I have a little more faith in some of these random altcoins. But if something drastic happens and it takes 6-8 months to recover, there's going to be a whole new wave of hype, trendy coins that you'll forget about the other trendy coins. So these trendy coins, if it loses its trend, which is usually short term, be careful. I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I'm just saying, think about all of this. That's why I do like stocks, because I could buy a stock and I have more faith. If it's a blue chip, if you're buying Walmart, Apple, Costco, I mean, just name any brand that you use, Nike, any brand that you use on a daily basis, you can guarantee in the future this brand will probably still exist. I cannot say the same thing about altcoins. Just my opinion. Don't shoot the messenger. It's been 33 minutes. All right. I would like to put on a green hoodie for a green day, but I got a green screen behind me, and then you would see through me. Anyways, guys, I'm happy to finish that exam. Next year, a new chapter in my life. Thank you, everyone who's been watching me, and I'll keep you updated on the progress with all that. I am someone who Bitcoin introduced to trading and charts, and I learned everything about Bitcoin and crypto and chart analysis through crypto. And then I became interested in stocks. I know a lot of crypto people are crypto only, and they say F you to the man, so they don't like the stock market. But I think the stock market's very intriguing, and it does offer a lot of diversification, where Bitcoin is pretty, risky compared to a lot of the stocks, and altcoins are definitely risky. So you got to have some kind of balance with the stock market. And guys, I mean, there's lots of opportunity. Roku, Zoom, Tesla, the list goes on and on. There's been stocks that are outperforming Ethereum. I mean, 400, 500% in these growth stocks. So there's money to be made all over the place. And crypto, they kind of have the same pattern. You'll see the same signatures across a lot of the coins. And sometimes, when they're all going down, you got to look at other charts. And I like the opportunity to look at stock charts that don't just all move in the same direction. Some are performing well, some are not. So you can be more of a stock picker in that type of market, where altcoins and Bitcoin, they generally they move together. All right. So happy holidays, everyone. May or may not have a video Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Maybe if I get some time, I will. If not, have a Merry Christmas, everybody. And I will see you soon. Stay safe trading. Don't get too crazy. Don't get emotional. Think about what you're doing. Take it easy. All right. Everything will be better one day. Hopefully. I'm out, guys. Have a good night. Rolly roll.